Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Because if not, I gotta tell them I have a job and how much I make.
Okay. Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Can you send me the link, please? I love you. Bye. Huh?
I love you too, bye.
Doubt is the greatest enemy.
be sure to... We're not here to hurt you. I tried to go buy your Jack in the Box yesterday, but I guess you don't come in until Thursday. So I guess where do you want to have the conversation? Hello. It's up to you, man. I'm sure to have a talk about it. Telepathy, maybe? Okay. What do you want to do? Look, I understand you weren't expecting this at 9 a.m., okay? But, look, I just have your messages here, and I just want to ask you about them, okay? There's nothing. I'm not coming at you, screaming at your face, okay? I understand this is nerve-wracking, all right? But we got to get through this, okay? All right, mind if we go by the car? All right, let's go. You can go in front. You might want to get some shoes, man. Good? I got socks for you if you want to wear them.
It's okay.
All right, let's go. There. Did I wake you up?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. Okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, man. So I told you at the door, but what do you think I'm talking to you about today?
What are you talking about?
Okay. You want to say it?
I need help.
You need help? So if you need help, I assume at least chatting has happened before then.
Minions have spawned.
With another girl. How old was she? 14. Was she in Boise? Okay. I assume you don't go out with her still, do you? Okay, just met up with her a few times?
No, not even that at
Just once?
all. No, not even that.
Okay. So I assume just sexual messages then?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess it didn't go past trading nudes? Okay, so it was just that trading nudes and that's it? Okay, so you got nudes from her and she got nudes from you? Okay. How long ago was that?
Years.
Okay. And how old are you now? 36? How old are you? 32. Okay. Oh, where'd you meet that 14-year-old on? Facebook. Okay. So, first of all, man, I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate you coming to me and saying you need help, because there's people out there that take pride in this, and I know you're not like that, okay? You're not a bad person. You're just somebody. Like I said, I don't think you need trouble. I think you just need help, okay? So, with that 14-year-old, so I assume, you know, obviously you're into older women too. You're not one of those that just likes little kids, I hope. You're not one of those. However, I think you've indulged a little bit too much. Okay. So, I know for a fact you viewed child before, and not just from the 14-year-old. You may have been sent it from the 14-year-old, because by definition that's child. However, you've been on some websites, haven't you? So if I were to take your phone, and you got a laptop? Do you have a phone, tablet? What are all your devices?
Just the phone, man. I don't even have that anymore.
Well, you got something. What did you text her on?
I had the tablet until last night.
What happened
I
last
just
night?
got a really bad memory.
Really? You put the tablet away?
No, I broke it.
Okay. So what were you on this morning when you were online?
I wasn't on this morning.
Yeah, you were.
Oh.
It says you were online an hour ago. You sure?
Yep.
Okay. So I assume your tablet had child on it?
No, it didn't have any photos or videos on it.
Okay. So where would you view your child when you view it?
Just go off the drive.
You'd go out for a drive,
Yeah.
and then you
Just
so you would get away from them, and then you would start viewing child. Okay, where would you view child? Where did you drive to?
just in there working.
An abandoned parking lot. How often would you do it? When was the last time you did it actually? Two days ago? Is that one of your friends right there? Oh yeah, I recognize him. You should just
Yeah, the little red car.
yeah, you should just tell him it's probably your friends talking to you, okay? Because I don't want to tell him what's going on. If you do, that's on you. But right now, I'm just talking to you. This is about you, not him, okay? All right. So, what's his name? You can whisper it's my ear. That's fine. Well, you know, just make sure they don't call the cops, okay? All right. Because you know, obviously, I just want to have that talk with you right now, okay? So you viewed child 2 days ago. So I assume this has been going on for 10 years.
First blood.
So when did it start for you in the first place? Your teens. So you would view. So if you were in your teens, there's nothing wrong with looking at like your fellow classmates' nudes or anything like that. So I assume it would be like younger kids, huh?
First I saw this thing. I was like 14, 15 years old.
A 10-year-old? Did you know that 10-year-old?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So what sites?
Been slain.
What sites like do you go on the dark web? So how would you access all this CP over the few? So you're 15, or you were 15. You're 32 now. So let's just say off and on for about 2 decades. Is that fair to say?
An ally has been slain.
I mean, is it fair to say?
No, because I had a period where
I said off and on for 2 decades. Okay. So, where would you like access this? Like, where do you go? Like, there's other apps, like Telegram. Name some. Kick. Okay, so you still have a Kick,
no, I don't not anymore.
but you had a Kick pretty recently.
No, not even that. Freaking. They were just
Before you found a lot of CP on there. Okay. So how would you? So who would send you CP if you only talked to one other 14-year-old before?
just traders.
Traders. Okay. How do you identify what a trader is?
Double kill.
They've got. I was gonna look in their stats anyway, looking for this or looking for that. See about this or not,
Oh, about like so y'all kind of have it's like y'all talking like code words to each other.
sometimes not.
You just straight up go ahead and ask people, do you have CP?
Yeah, they'll like most of that.
Really?
Like, hey, looking for a little this or a little that. Sometimes I'll send
Are any of them in Idaho that you know of?
I have no idea.
Okay. Do you have any way that I can see those profiles and
Yeah, just go into the,
uh-huh.
make your own profile.
Well,
That's the only way I know.
okay.
You know, I don't know any back way, through.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only way I know.
Were they from America?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were in the States somewhere. Were any of these states close to you?
I think I've never sure there's only one in Montana, I think.
One in Montana? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what city it was?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The only problem is that the app has a GPS locator.
Yeah.
90% of them are probably from California.
I'm
so it
shocked.
says.
Right.
So it says that somewhere in California. Yeah, I have no idea if they're true or not, because you got some that say they're from California. You know, and others that'll just say they're actually in California, but they'll say they're from the United States.
Yeah, I mean, you look like the type of trade like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, not really child. But, well, I guess that goes hand in hand, but I digress. So, how long have you been on Meet 24, though?
A buddy of mine posted, gave me the damn site.
Okay.
He was like, hey man, listen, I found a really good girlfriend. Because that's like what it is.
In Europe?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I found a really good girlfriend here. And yeah.
Okay. So, is your buddy introduce you to child too?
No, he didn't.
So, does anybody know your...
One guy does.
Who's that? Wesley, is he your friend in Boise?
No, not anymore.
What happened to him?
He was just wanted around too much, and
Like, he would tell people at your... He would brag.
no,
to you.
he would brag. He was nailing, high schoolers and whatnot. Dude, I mean, that's all good and all, but you might want to keep that under wraps. And then when his wife found out, she just cut all ties with him.
Where does he live?
He still lives in Boise. I live right there.
Okay, what's his last name?
What the fuck was it? I know he was married, dude. And that's what he introduced me as. I don't know what his I don't know what his name was.
Gives a place name.
Total
Did he like to get...
I have no idea what he was.
I mean, come on, probably. I
Was he
mean,
on the down low?
yeah, was he gay too?
I have no idea.
I mean, probably was.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So, this... So with Emily, how old was Emily?
Has been slain.
I understand that she was 14.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 numbers and you tell me which number it is. She said she was 5 years old, 11 years old, or 15 years old. One of those is the right number. Was she 5? Okay, was she 15?
Honestly, I don't remember whether it was 15 or 11.
Okay. And you did send all these messages. Okay, so do you remember her saying she's 11 now? When she...
I can barely see it right there on the... Sorry, I don't really wear glasses.
No, it's okay. So you do work at that Jack in the Box. It's on.
Getting transferred to a different one, but yeah.
Okay, you told her the Orchard one.
Well, that's because I wasn't working at the Orchard one.
Okay, so...
But then I've been floating around quite a bit. Because there's some Orchard over here. Some days I'll be over at another one. No, it's just... It's crazy.
I guess, so Jack in the Box is on... I guess your house would be called the Pizza Hut? Never mind. But, okay, she said she was... She said she was 11. And you said no way. Okay, so before we get into these Emily messages, Sean, I understand you got 4 people in your face. But in 7... Yep, with cameras too. But with 17 years of being off and on like this, there's been other girls you talked to. Not in Boise, maybe. They've been on the internet. You don't go 17 years off and on of talking to 280 girls. Especially with you saying that you got a child 15. So how many do you think it really is?
Probably in total. Maybe 8 or 9 that I can remember right now off the top of my head.
Okay. So if you're telling me 8 or 9, realistically it's probably dozens that you don't remember. So these 8 or 9, I assume you got child a good amount of them, huh?
Turret plating okay.
So when was the most recent one? Because you said this 14-year-old was years ago. You don't go years and then text Emily.
Most recent was Emily. I mean,
Well, of course, yeah, Emily's the most
before
recent.
that,
Yeah.
a 16-year-old in California, California.
And how long ago is that?
That was Spring 2020.
Okay. So just scattered throughout the years, there's been underage kids you've talked to. Okay. So, do you have any family that's around that age?
I used to.
What happened? Okay. So Sean, look, I know what I'm about to ask is going to be hard to talk about, but from what it seems like, you seem like you're a good person with just a lot of demons. And you know what? At some point, we're all like that, you know? At one point, I'm going to be straight with you. At one point, I was to the point where I wanted to end it all, you know? So I've been at rock bottom before, okay? He's been at rock bottom. He's been at rock bottom. He is a bottom, okay? So we've all been at that type of point before, okay? So let this be the worst and best day of your life, okay? Like you know how in the stock market it goes crashes, it reaches the bottom, goes back up.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish, so of course I bring up the stock market, you know. It's okay.
Hell, amazing. It wouldn't actually be anything fun if, the Jewish guy and the Irish guy actually brought up math.
Yeah, exactly. I knew your age. You got a little. Yeah.
Oh, wise one.
Oh, wise one, Sean.
Well,
Hey,
Yes.
I like your shirt, by the way. I like your bracelet.
it's supposed to help you fight blood pressure.
Well, it's fitting that an Asian gets confronted in front of the rising sun.
All right,
Right.
nice.
Okay, no.
But
Korean, not Japanese, but okay. I'll give you a bypass for that one.
But okay. So, Sean, like I said, we've all had demons before. When was the first time, even if it was during a psychotic break or where you got carried away, what was the first time that you put your hands on somebody underage?
Has destroyed a turret.
18. She was 17.
Well, I don't care about that.
Well, no, I know. But,
It doesn't count in my book.
no, you're right. But in my book, it does right now.
But-
But it's still.
Dude, my girlfriend's 2 years older than me. You know? But I'm talking about
When it was something like this happened.
yes.
Victory!
22, and the girl was 16, 17.
What happened there?
She was a friend of my neighbor's kid. Needed some help with her car. Helped her out. And she paid me back up. She didn't have any cash on her. She was like, I haven't paid you back. I was like, well, why don't you just think it was a complete and utter joke? And she was like, okay. So that was the start of that. And that lasted about 6 months before she got a real good boyfriend. And I was happy for her.
She sucked on her Kim Jong Dong.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about the other times? And what was the youngest age? Because I know it wasn't 16, 17.
No.
In her case, sure, but
The youngest age was about 13. Like she just turned 13.
and how old were you?
24.
How'd you meet her?
Friend of mine from church.
Ah,
Like her granddaughter. I was over at her place helping her out with her lawn because none of her damn sons actually decided to help out. So like, I'm just right up the road.
Is
I
the
could go right grass
greatest
for her.
enemy.
So whenever I went inside, her grandmother was passed out. And her granddaughter was out in the living room just watching cartoons and shit. And just grabbed a seat.
okay. What happened?
And after that, she started nuzzling up right next to me. And
Turned you on?
yeah, because I was single, I was lonely, and I'd been single for a while. The attention it got me.
So, what did you do with the 13-year-old? Did you have with her?
No, just
How many times did this happen?
twice.
Twice. What was the other time then? So what was the other time? That was the first time. So what about the other time?
The other time was just back out. And
Okay. So who are the other underage girls that you've done stuff with? There's a 16, 13, over 17 years. There's more. I know.
that's, like I said, that's the only ones I can actually physically remember right now.
Okay. Do you think you have suppressed memories of other ones?
I
You do or you don't?
most likely do.
Okay. Is it something you feel guilty about?
Yeah.
So, I've been around the block here. I don't even think I have to read these messages. Your intention was Emily, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Okay. So, what made you pull back and get flaky? Would you just think it was like you just thought you were caught at one point, or
There was just some little red flags
okay?
between the messages and whatnot.
And it probably didn't help that somebody you were saying they were in Idaho and they were 300 miles away.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Yeah.
And then, the second profile,
Yeah.
that was a definite. But
Yeah, a double-edged sword for me, because on one hand I can pinpoint, I can check if your address was real or not, which it was. Then on the other hand, I'm also saying, hey, I'm in Washington State when I'm like in Texas, so. But yeah, so I gotta ask. I won't get too much into the messages here because I don't really need to. You already told me you want to have with her, but what made you? Why were you so open? Like, you gave your address, you gave your place of work. Like, what made you trust that at first?
I have no idea, honestly.
Okay.
I really don't. Some people say I'm a little too trusting.
Mm-hmm.
Others say I'm not trusting enough. I don't know why the one I was so trusting to.
Emily.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so you messaged her saying, "Are you really 28, Emily?" So did you have a feeling she was underage before she even told you?
Well, it was just the photo that was posted.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that's a real 11-year-old. So, okay. So, in the messages, you didn't specifically mention cuddling naked and her answering the door naked, which obviously, we both know what that's a gateway to. You don't even have to say it. But why didn't you? If it's your intention.
I don't know. I just thought I'd say it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're from Houston. We kind of travel the country doing this, but is there any good? We're in Idaho. Is there any good fried potato places around here?
There's actually a couple.
Yeah.
You've got.
Name names now.
Just kidding. There's actually two, or at least that I prefer, anyways. Bad Boy Bun on Overland.
You got it?
Overland and Curtis. They're attached. They're a little drive-through, but they've got a little seating area for you guys outside.
Okay.
They've got a fancy freeze attached to it. Try their
What's it called?
Oh, I see now.
Bad Boy Bun.
Bad
on
boy
Overland.
bun.
Try their milkshake.
I think you rather like the young girl bun.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
The other one is Big Judd's.
Oh, I was gonna do that burger challenge today. All right, I'm gonna go to
see.
Big Judd's.
Oh, they have fried potatoes there?
Well, I don't know. Well, every place has fried potatoes. That's what freaking
Oh, yeah.
French fries are, damn it.
My potatoes.
One place I've actually seen that's local is Boise Fry Company. I haven't been there yet. But
Okay.
everything I hear about them is actually really good.
Interesting.
So are Big Judd's fries good?
I like them.
Are they seasoned?
Yeah.
Have you done the challenge before?
Oh God, no! I'm not that much of a big man to actually try
Oh,
that.
I'm gonna kill that. Nate,
There you go.
Nate, Big Judd's. Big Judd's. Order the fried potatoes from there. Yeah, dude, I was in. Dude, I've done food challenges across the country too. Goddamn, I kill that. 5-pound burritos, 6-pound burritos, easy. Have I ever completed the food truck? Oh, 20-inch pizza in Oklahoma. Yeah, you know. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. So I do gotta ask. So, are you planning on telling anybody what happened, or? I mean, because in the end, that's on you. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna call my therapist.
Okay. Does your therapist know you're?
No. She doesn't, but she will now tonight.
Uh-huh.
It's just been for suppressed PTSD. It's what our therapist said. But
What do you have PTSD from?
in the Army.
Oh, you were in the Army?
Oh, God. 3.
You served in the Korean War? Or?
No.
Just kidding.
But I was over in Korea for a little bit.
Really? How was that?
It was nice.
Stationed in Seoul or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to actually meet my mother's side of the family over there.
Oh, nice.
I was over there for 3 weeks. I was there.
Okay. Were you active duty at all? Combat?
Yeah. 1 tour in Iraq once.
Infantry?
Nope. Not a grunt. Well, grunt, but no. I was a 94 Fox.
What's that?
Special electronics repairman.
Okay. Nice. Well, thank you for your service. But, so are you a registered offender?
I will be.
No, I'm saying are you? You are? Okay. So, how did you get on the registry? Because then they do know you're.
Basically. 14 Amber.
Was that the 14-year-old or was that another one?
No, that was
Another.
the 14.
Okay. So what happened with that?
Talked for a week. Got involved in a sting operation.
So it was a sting that got you.
Yep.
So did Amber send you pictures of herself nude? Okay, so those were other girls then. Okay. So it was Boise police that stung you? How long did you go to jail for? 5 years? It's 5 years. Okay, so that's why you were gone for 5 years. Okay. Well, jeez Louise, man. What's your last name? Sean. Okay. Yes. Well, Sean, I mean, so what was your charge that got you 5 years?
An enemy has been slain.
What was it? What over the internet?
Enticement.
An
Enticement
ally
over the internet.
has
They
been
got 5 years for
slain.
that.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe
I get things like that everywhere.
Yeah, I guess the DA here actually cares. Right. Yeah. Damn, man, if only you've done it in Oregon, you'd be rewarded. Or I'm sorry, California or something. But, yeah, man. Well, so what's gonna like? How are you? What's gonna stop you from doing this, man? I mean, this is obviously a problem for you. This is. Dude, what did the DoorDash driver say? Okay.
That code for the cops.
Huh?
That code for the cops.
Fried potatoes?
No, DoorDash.
No. We just get it from DoorDash usually. Unless Uber Eats is better around here. But so what's the next plan to stop this?
My main question was,
That I have no idea. I don't think so. If he has a job where he has to like be on call, that I don't know.
DoorDash though.
Call for
You
DoorDash.
guys don't call DoorDash, you call it through an app.
Really? That I don't know. I've never ordered through them. He just does that.
Yeah, you guys have got my parents spiking all out right
No, I know. I get it. I get it. So, Sean, what's the way we can stop this from happening again? So, do you have an Instagram? Did you have an Instagram? So you just use Facebook?
Slain an enemy.
Okay. So do you have your smartphone in there yet? So you genuinely just weren't online this morning?
Ally has been slain.
Weird. I guess you got home last night from your friend. Okay. Gotcha. So you destroyed it when you were at home, though?
Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense. That's why I showed you were there then. Okay. Okay, so you don't have a smartphone again. How's that gonna work? You have a are you the manager at Jack in the Box?
One of the nighttime grave leads, yeah.
Okay.
You went back to that angle, please.
I am already a monster.
Yeah. So you're gonna need a smartphone for the job. So how can I make sure you don't do this again?
Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, you can give me your word, but what does your word mean when you lied to me about why you were gone for 5 years, and you were being mostly truthful, but
Yeah, I just withheld it.
yep, and I get why you did. I don't hold it against you. But if I had two people and one of them was completely honest and the other one told half truths, who would you think I'd rather work with? All right. So I'd say my advice to you is act accordingly then. So how can we do this?
I guess I can tell my boss and tell my therapist.
Okay.
The ravenous.
An enemy has been slain.
Like as soon as I get, if I ever like, if you can't get the damn blip on that, it's like it's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what I've seen, is because like my boss, someone I trust, either delete and or uninstall or block
Diego died
because
and the ruler
and see if there's any kind of. I know there's got to be an app on it. Which probably is an app on it. Something that actually does. Puts up firewalls and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that needs to be the plan, man. I mean, this can't keep happening because I'm going to be honest with you, man. In your path, you've destroyed the lives of a lot of girls. I mean, it's getting to a point where it almost outweighs your military service. I mean, Al Capone. Rumor has it he's the one that wanted the Chicago government to legislate expiration dates on milk, which is great. I wouldn't want to drink spoiled milk. I hate spoiled milk. But he also massacred a bunch of people, and it's starting to get to that dynamic. You've done a great thing serving this country, which I applaud you for. But I mean, this
Slowly tarnishing it.
yeah, you're the very people you swore to protect, and that needs to change. Okay. So I assume your parents know you're on the register. Of course they do, right? Okay. What do they think of that? Do you still talk to them? They not really love you like that?
No,
You have slain an enemy.
Yep. And so you went to prison, I assume? Which prison was it? ICC, Idaho Correctional Center. Okay. How was that? Were you in general population or protected?
Segregated.
Segregated. Okay, so you were with fellow offenders. Okay. What did you think of them? Like, because you seem like a smart dude. You gotta.
Some of them were okay, Some of them just seemed like they had a bad rap. Some of them just honestly looked like they actually made a mistake.
the world denied my happiness.
Others were just mistake.
Yeah. There's definitely some people that you didn't want to be in that same category with. Because a guy that and I know you're not that type to do that, but they're in the same category as you are, and they're looked at the same records-wise. They're looked at the same everything. So, that's not a category you want to be in. So we gotta improve this. So other than that, how is prison for you? Like, how was it like serving 5 years?
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have any military buddies that can help you?
Most of them got ties after.
Ally has been slain.
So so do your roommates know? What do they think of it?
A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah, they don't really mess with you that much. So do you all have like separate rooms or what?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a quadruple plex, whatever you would call it. Okay. How much is your rent?
About 700.
That's pretty expensive for a room?
Yeah.
Damn, Boise, man.
Yeah.
That's 452. Goddamn.
Yeah. And, my landlord was actually telling me that I'm getting someone else here in the next couple weeks.
Replacing you?
No. Throwing a second body in my room. Well, throwing a second person in my room.
And he's gonna pay 700 too?
Wow. I think at that point I might actually drop the
Oh yeah.
rent.
What? Yeah. God, man. Does your landlord's nose go from like here to that garage? Really?
Yeah, they've got a property manager that comes by and collects rent.
Holy crap,
His
dude.
last name?
I don't.
It's like some Jewish name.
Does it end in Stein or Horowitz? Or... Well,
I
damn.
know I've seen it once. I just never pronounced the damn thing.
Okay, so how is like the food in prison though? Like I'm just curious about it because I've been in jail for 6 hours in my life. I don't want to go back. So like, what is the food like? Was it like medium facility or? Okay, so how's the food there?
Still sucked.
Turret plating
Yeah.
will soon fall.
That
You still get benefits from the army?
so when you become a felon, they cut that out.
No. So trying to actually get benefits from the people.
I would say you're a therapist and not come back to VA.
How much do you make at Jack in the Box? Not too bad. Yeah, man. I mean, you got. I mean, it's not you're not in the best situation, but you got a lot going for you considering the circumstances. So I mean, come on, man, fix that.
I want precious little.
Your team has destroyed
Yes,
a turret.
Go to sleep. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right, we're just gonna make sure you get back into your house safely, and then we'll hightail it. If I come by the Jackson Box later, I might expect to walk through too, okay?
What'd you think, bro?
Make sure you're in safely, then we'll be out.
That was a good catch.
All right, Sean, fix it up, okay? All right.
An ally has been slain.
Where are the fried potatoes at?
They said that they were
I just call back from one of our ICACs to see how they want to handle it and everything like that. So
What is lost is never.
Yeah, sometimes we have sometimes police departments they arrest them on the spot. I know when we.
Dude, it's like they're opening the things like
Sean Berry! 4 times.
turned away, dude.
Now, all will die. Grant me passage.
Killing spree. Enemy double kill.
Perfect execution.
Sir, another cash, baby.
No, she remains in this world. I can feel it.
I could see him loading
the rifle. Right then and there, I knew this guy was out to do me harm.
That's nasty, like a nasty. I've not got many minutes left of consciousness.
And when he came back downstairs, he took my glasses off. And then the next thing I knew, I was being strangled from behind.
My, gut feeling was to be quiet, so I just laid there and waited for him to shoot me in the head. Probably about the third week I was there, and he came up to me, and Chow Hall was really nice to me. We just hit it off really good, start hanging out together, and I started getting to where he was about my best friend. He says, I ordered this weapon. He said it's a survival rifle. So he goes, well, I want to take it with us so we can do some target practicing. I said, target practicing? Well, now we're going to a New Year's party. He goes, well, we are, but he said, I want to stop and, sight this rifle. Got in the vehicle, started driving through Fort Bragg. We come up to a red light. He says, I hate red lights. And he grabbed the rifle and he loaded it. And he leaned out the car and took a shot at it. He missed it, but I was kind of like, what are you doing? He told me I needed to take a shot of whiskey and calm down. So we pulled into a parking lot, we took a shot of whiskey, and we drove off. It was a full moon that night, so we pulled off this gravel road, went up to the dump, and got out. I went and he said, would you set up some cans over there so we could shoot at him? And I said, all right. I looked up, I was setting the cans up. He was aiming the rifle. And I was down on my knees, putting the cans up. And I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? I jumped up. He kind of giggled, thought it was funny. I said, I don't think that's funny. And then I got mad, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. Let's go. I started flashing the lights, I honking the horn. I jumped out of the car and I yelled, Kenneth, Ty, I am not into your games. I said, I'm not playing games with you here. Just then I felt something come through me, a chill, like something was gonna happen. There was something moving around. And I started walking over towards it and I said, Kenneth, is that you? Next thing I know, the muzzle flash went off and it hit me in the stomach.
I was heading up to the head of the Landsborough Valley that comes down from the back of Mount Cook, New Zealand's tallest mountain, and flows out to the west coast. It's probably the best mountain landscape that New Zealand's got to offer. 400-metre high sheer bluffs, so very near vertical. Amazing country. All the way you're taking extreme care, always being really conscious of where you're putting your feet and whether you've got a good solid hold or not. And I was just sidling around the next peak in the chain, ready to descend back to the valley to camp for the night. I stood on a loose slab of rock which took off down the slope with me on it. Found myself sliding down this grassy slope on my back and slowly coming to the realization that there was a bluff coming. I wasn't going to stop, I was going to go over it. I thought, well, this is it. I'm going over that bluff, but I'm not going to be alive when I hit the bottom of that. the bottom, and I'm very surprised to still be alive and conscious. I try and lift myself up. One wrist gives in, collapses on me, and realise, oh, that's not good. And then the same with legs. I try and stand. My left leg, just the ankle buckles under me, doesn't support my weight at all. Realise fairly quickly that quite likely
That she didn't want to have until she was like 50. Yeah. We're What's up, guys? This video was all the way in Susquehanna County in Pennsylvania. We confronted him out in the boonies. As you'll see, it was a very intense catch. And if you want to help support the traveling and see the next catch dropping early, become a member in the pinned comment down below. You don't want to miss it because we confront a guy again in the next catch, so you definitely want to see it early. And if you wanted to see this one early and completely uncensored, then become a member in the pinned comment. Before we get into that, I'm going to show some of the merch. And leave a like on this video and sub, turn on the bell. What's up, guys? We are in Uniondale, Pennsylvania, near, where was the place again? Susquehanna! We are in the middle of absolutely nowhere. We are in small town PA, which is a very beautiful place. But this guy, he's been caught before doing this, not by any groups, but by the police before. He's not supposed to be on social media, and he has prior charges against him for all of this stuff. He's not on the registry somehow. I don't know how that worked out too much. But, yeah, it's kind of a chilly right now, but who cares? But yeah, we're gonna go confront him. He's like one of the heads of his church. And basically, we're about to bring a can of Susquehanna to Susquehanna. All right, so his house is one of these on the side right here. Absolutely beautiful here, as you can see. Lots and lots of emptiness. I feel like I'm on the edge of the world right now. It feels nice. But anyway, we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
for all who live. In the end, it matters not. I will see her face at all.
There's a person there. You said you saw a person there?
I saw light.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The oath has been taken.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yo, did you just turn it
Oh, there's dog barking.
Minions have spawned.
And so it was that love was the gravest sin of all.
Holy shit.
What?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm new to the church.
Yeah, I don't want to be close to that. Trust that, Alex. I don't trust it.
It's all good.
This mist has but one cure, and I will find her.
Oh, you can tell me.
It's all good. Yeah, I don't see no cars, and I just think people out here is like, oh.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. I feel it walking over. But, yeah, dude,
I'm sorry, bro.
yeah,
It's all good.
alright. You want to what? You want to take me? Oh, man. I'm a dog.
No, back in the house, bro. Back in the house. Anyway.
Yeah. Man, I kind of got to talk to you about something then.
First blood.
Well, the church did.
I promise.
Yeah, I could not read it.
If you want, we can step over there.
Yeah, keep it over.
This way you know it's safe.
Where's the car at? Oh, he's close down the street. Yeah, I'm brother Gordon. This is brother John Ford.
My heart begs.
Yeah. So we're just doing like a little documentary for the church. That's cool.
You said for East Area.
Okay. We're kind of new to it. Okay. So we're the ones posing as the 14-year-old you were talking to the whole time for the past few days. Okay. Few weeks. And all of your messages right here we have saved. Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay. So we do want to have a talk with you about all that. Because if we get the police call soon, we'll so we both know that, don't we? Okay. So we're going to have a conversation upstairs. Okay, so we have an array of things on you. So I want to ask you, before we get into this, you were aware you were talking to a 14-year-old, right, that you met on Facebook? And it seems like you've been charged with this kind of stuff before. Come here closer. We're just filming for protection purposes. For the exact reason you had the gun out, just in case.
Yeah.
If you say, oh, you know, I shot them because they were trying to rob me. We're not trying to rob you. We don't want anything from you. We just want answers. Okay. So, you have a...
Am I in trouble?
Are you in trouble?
An enemy
That's up
has
to you to
been
determine,
slain.
you know? We just want to ask you these questions. Okay. So, you've been sent this on these charges before. So before we get into the messages, I want you to get into the corruption charge. Yep, go over. What's up with that? What happened?
That was years ago. And I did time for it.
You don't have a register?
No.
Why is that?
They didn't put me on.
They just didn't, you just decided not to?
Yep.
Why is that?
I'm not sure.
So what did this charge entail? It was a text message that you sent to another 14-year-old girl. Right?
When was that?
2013. You also have another one in 95, didn't you?
No.
Okay, so in 2013. So, you served 2.5 years for this, and did your wife know about this corruption charge?
Yes.
Okay. What did she say when you had this corruption charge?
She didn't like you, almost lost her in marriage.
Mm-hmm.
She was the star.
So how did you meet this 14-year-old girl that you got the charge for?
I guess met her on Facebook.
You met her on Facebook too. Was she in the area?
She was in Southern County.
Okay, so she was pretty decently close to you.
I don't even know where I just
An
is.
enemy has been
So you never
slain.
met up with her? So you just sent stuff over the phone?
Yeah.
How did it get found out?
I guess she told her parents about it.
Mm-hmm. And her parents reported it?
Yeah.
How long did you serve for it?
I did about 4 months.
And you got off on good behavior or what?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you have this addiction to Facebook, and this was 7 years ago, and you're still doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Right?
When was that one?
This was a few days ago. A few weeks ago. You do remember the 14-year-old girl you were talking to literally 30 minutes ago on the phone,
Yes.
right? So that was us. You met her on Facebook, too. Okay, you're also a part of this little ring, this group of people that are like-minded like you. So kind of like you are at the church, except it's on Facebook.
Right.
So, kind of like the Methodist Church, and I guess you could say the Catholic Church, and this little group you're in on Facebook. So how do you get a part of that group? You don't even know. You just appeared in that group one day?
Actually, the only group I belong to is church.
Okay. That's
And
just simply not true. Do you want me to show you evidence proving otherwise? How else did we meet you if you weren't in that group?
no,
But you did message us first, so you found us somehow.
probably.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you every question that I ask, I know the answer to. So I'm going to gauge whether you're honest or not by how you answer. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I'm going to ask, how did you find her?
Facebook.
Okay. In that group?
Yeah.
What's the group called?
I don't even know the name of the group.
Okay, but it's a group of basic.
Probably. I'm not sure though.
What's it?
Somebody that talks to the wind rate. Would you classify it? Probably not, really.
Really? Why not? Somebody that likes to talk to underage. You've been caught twice with this, and there's been many more times. So why are you not?
Not sure.
But you do talk to underage, right?
I used to, but not anymore.
Not anymore. You just did 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I stopped.
Okay, 30 minutes ago you were trying to have fun. Yes or no?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you again. You said is somebody that talks to underage kids. Would you say if someone wants to have fun with underage kids? Okay. So would you classify yourself as based on that definition?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So when did this all start for you before attracting these kids? I mean, even 7 years ago you were getting caught for this. So when did this whole thing start?
I actually don't even know. To tell you the truth.
It was before 2014, obviously.
Well, 2014 was the first time, and I was
You got caught.
yeah. And that's when I first started.
That's when it first started. So, what interested you about young kids?
Don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Could it be their innocence, maybe?
Probably not. No, I don't know. I don't know that answer.
I mean, you go as far as to being in groups with underage kids. On Facebook, you are in your interests are a lot of underage kids, such as sneaky little. That's one of your interests on Facebook.
I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook.
I know.
But I don't interact on the groups, though.
Right. Your interests also are infidelity, cheating. You're also aren't you high up in the church, the Erica? Okay. What's your role in the church?
What do you mean?
What's your role in the church?
Oh, I know adults.
I understand what's your role in the church. What is your job at the church in Erica? I want you to tell me.
Oh, I go up there and help out with their breakfast food and dinner.
Okay. So, you're pretty respected in that church, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do they know about the corruption charge?
Yeah.
Okay. How come they let you in knowing that you're...
I don't know.
Okay. Is it... I mean, you're around kids a lot.
Basically, just my own.
Well, you mentioned the other day you were going to meet a girl in the church parking lot. Who was that?
No, I wasn't going to meet no one.
You said you were.
You misunderstood. I just went up to New York State, went to the junkyard, get tires, didn't have any. I met an older lady.
Okay. So you cheated on your wife a fair amount of times?
Physically, no.
Well, what is cheating to you? At least over the phone, right?
Cheating is going out and getting down with it.
Okay. So if your wife was caught sending nudes to a 14-year-old boy, would you call that cheating?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it fair to say that you're cheating on your wife then? You also are in a group, making my friend feel good, hunt girlfriend's mom, mom's first time with daughter. What group is that?
I don't know.
Mom's first time with daughter?
Like I said, I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook, but I don't know exactly what they are.
Okay. This is a lot of perverted groups. Hot Rosemary. Okay, so you're also in Natural Ebony Beauty Gets it. According to your interest here. Then Marriage and Infidelity. Friend's Girlfriend's Mom. You're also in a horse group. Hotties with horses, and the picture here is a horse with a heart in Mickey Mouse. Ooh, what's the Hotties with horses doing?
I don't even know, because I don't even go on it. I just...
Okay, but how'd you know that in the first place?
I just happened to come across it one day, and that was it.
And you joined the group?
Probably.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Might have been talking with them.
Not really, no.
You don't mind?
I wish you wouldn't.
Okay. What'd your wife say when she saw it?
She probably didn't get me out of the house.
We do have a lot to get into, and it is getting dark, so we do need some light to get into. I mean, you should feel really blessed right now that we're not home.
Shut down.
Would you? Or would you? Would you?
Will I call the cops? You know, that's a good question. I can't guarantee anything right now, but the more honest you are, the less chance you can call the cops.
Right.
Okay. You're also not supposed to be on social media.
That, while on probation.
Okay. How long were you on probation for?
Let me see. They gave me about 2 years total. That's including jail time plus probation.
Okay.
Then I got out of probation and...
You're also in a group called Sexy Steeler Girls. I guess that's the football group. So did your wife know you're in all these groups having to do with other females?
She knows I'm in a lot of them.
Okay. So did she know you were making other people?
Yes, she tells a bit about it.
Really? So why do you keep doing it?
I don't put ahead for doing for messaging people.
I mean, not just people, underage kids. I'm not saying you're dumb, I'm just asking you to dumb.
What, Bob? Just, the black knob, just turn it backwards.
Okay. Let's see, cheerleaders. I mean, you're in a lot of groups. It seems like you are a maniac. I mean, you send videos of you to the 14-year-old. Probably good young. You sent pictures. I'll be honest. Yeah. They were also. You said you were garbage man? Yeah. Okay. They were also extremely, like.
An enemy has been slain.
They were like, you had like mud on your.
An ally has been slain.
No, that was on my hand.
I mean. It was, yeah, I mean, it was like, it was dark. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say you're black from the waist down, because it wasn't near big enough for that, but it was still pretty dark. So how did that happen?
I know, I don't wear my gloves when I'm working.
For the garbage man?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think people are gonna think you're black because you don't wear gloves when you send...
No.
Okay. Well, no matter how dark you get, it's never gonna be
yeah, a big black man.
Yeah. Sorry to tell you, man. But, you're also in Women Who Love Women. You're also in BBW Curvy Moms. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter, but, just the fact that you're head of the, high up in the church and just kind of doing this stuff. You know? And again, I do want to get you help, okay? Like, I'm on your side here. You know, and I took it upon myself to basically confront fellow moms. So, look, man, I know what it's like to... I know this thing. I was on probation for 5 years. You know what I did? I had a 4-year-old daughter. I'm 39. I regret it every single day of my life. So I need you to open up with me too, okay, and be honest. So, man to man and reform. Like, if there's any other girls you talk to besides the one in 2014 this weekend, tell me. I know there's more. That's awesome. Those are the only two. You're in all of these years. You've been for the past few years. Did you all ever give us a telegram?
What's that?
Okay. So, I know you've been on Facebook. Like I said, every question I ask you, I know the answer. I'm going to ask you again. Give me an estimate of how many other things it's been.
Just the one back in 2014 or whenever it was, and one a little bit ago.
Okay, and then this one too?
There might be one more that's about total.
Okay, so who's the other one?
I don't even know what her name is.
Okay. And you sent her photos too? Probably, right?
I don't really have.
So only the one in the corruption charge and this one?
Yeah, corruption charge. I didn't send no pictures. Back in 14.
The article here states itself that you sent.
I just talking to her the way I was talking to her.
The way you're talking to her?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you need me to read the article for you? I mean, unless it's, you know, misinformation here. After he attempted to get a 14-year-old to send him explicit photo. Okay. So you try to get her to send the photo. And, okay, so maybe not explicit, but I assume you also have the other kids. Okay, not saying you received them or anything, but yeah, some other kids could be like to do this one. And I know there's one. If you get on Facebook, it's a statistical improbability that in 7 years, there's only 2 girls. And you get caught for each one. That is a statistical improbability. I've been, ever since I got arrested for what I did to my daughter, I've been around the country doing this. Now, I know how I operated. I know how we operate. So we ask for it. There's probably not right?
Just the 3.
Just the 3? Okay. Where's the third one from? Anyway, let's get into it. So, she did tell you she was 14. Yeah, 14, how old are you? You are 48, right? Could I ask you a question? Sure, I guess. Well, I just send you a friend request. it's getting too dark. We're gonna have to have an honest discussion with the wife.
I prefer not.
Would you rather have that or police involved?
An ally has been
Well,
slain.
I can go and get her if we can stay outside.
From the jaws of death.
Right. Yeah, I don't want the kids around to hear this stuff.
Nothing can.
If you was older, I would ask you for a picture. Anyone around you now? So you only called and pretty much talked when the wife was home. So you tried to hide this from her. So what lesson did you not learn from the first time?
I should have learned.
Okay. But my question is, why'd you keep doing this?
Bring it down a notch.
I mean, you were pretty. Okay. So, you did send a video of you.
Dominating.
Okay, you sent a few. This cannot be the first girl you sent this to. If I were to check your Facebook right now, which by the way, I have to that can get into it. If I were to check your Facebook, there would be other girls on there.
Not underage.
Not underage? So you're in this ring, essentially. By the way, you sent that picture of yourself there. You're in this ring that exchanges. And you mentioned deleting.
Only I don't keep them on my phone. They just send me the pictures to Messenger, and I just delete the whole Messenger.
Okay, so who sends it to you? Do girls take it?
This one here, she only sent bikini.
Okay, not talking about her.
The one that I passed? No.
Okay. So who's getting
None.
You said when you get the messages, you delete it.
That's if.
No, it's not if. You said when you do.
I swear I didn't say that. If I said I swear, if.
Okay. So you always delete it. The first time you received.
Really, I haven't. The only pictures of them in bikini.
Of girls in bikinis?
Yeah.
Okay. Multiple. Good to know. The girls in bikinis. How old is your friend? She's 14. You were both having to go to the bathroom. Then we gave you the number. You would talk to her on the phone outside. So you were quiet the first time on the phone. What was that? You really talked the first time you were on the phone. Was you interested to like it?
No.
What are you wearing to school? I'm working. I don't know yet. Haven't even showed. Did you work for the city? You work for private garbage companies? I actually work in that industry too. I always take out trash too, so I know. We're pretty much that. I'm working. Like I don't know yet. I'm in the shower. Haha. If you go on Facebook, I'll send you something because I can't delete it after you see it. If you want, text me. I assume when you're going to send something out. So sending a nude to a minor legal or illegal? How'd you go now? Alright, so you can sugarcoat it, right? Alright, I'm together. You understand things? I mean, as members of the next of this church, you'll have to do better than that. Okay, yes, ma'am. So he got caught texting another 14-year-old girl, sending. What'd you send? Text. And more.
It is such a small and fragile thing.
I know you're mad at me now.
I've been. There's the door.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Do I take the gun out of the phone, please?
Ma'am, you're not going to hurt yourself, right?
No. gonna have to walk the water box. No, I didn't because I love it very much.
Legendary.
Yeah, it's getting dark there. We gotta figure out on the right.
Up there. Let's go. You want to pick papers up?
What is lost is never lost.
Ally has been slain.
Anyone with
An enemy has been slain.
I'm not all.
Oh, okay.
AMC's right here.
Okay.
Or is it okay if you finish
Finish up?
after she gets in the house?
Sure. Yeah. I do want to sit on the step though, if that's okay. I just need like full light so we can just see each other. And you know what? My baby mama left me too. So I understand what you're going through. Okay? She's fine. She's fine.
Just don't fall up on me.
She's fine.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Because I can't afford any more heat, and I'll stop right now.
No, I understand that for sure. Down the light.
What do you think?
Oh, just those two flashlights.
What's flashlight for?
Yeah, we're part of the Jutheran, but we're also part of the Methodist Church. But I am going to talk with the head GM of the church, and we are going to make a trade, and we're trading you to the Catholic Church for 2 priests and 2 underage kids to bring to our church. It's a good deal. We feel like you're a better fit for that team.
Yeah, I guess wait until she gets in the house. Jess, want to bring him out a sweater? You can bring out the black one that's in the bathroom.
What?
The one in the bathroom, my black one. Please. Yeah, let me step over there.
Okay. If she asks, I think it's fair to say. Did you say? Yes, ma'am. We're going to be done talking to him soon. Here, just take a break. Just take them and...
Do I want to know or not?
Probably not, ma'am.
Hold on 1 second. Jess,
What?
do me one more favor. Go in the truck.
Jesse, just get in the car.
Take the 22 out of the truck, put it in the house.
Jesse, get in the car.
Hey, don't touch the gun, man. Just get in the car and go.
Get in the car. Whatever.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, just get in the car and go. Get in the car and go. Don't touch the gun, please.
You just take it out of the truck and put it in the house.
Okay.
It's a lot. When it's all thin in line and I'll be in the front.
Yeah, I prefer that, please. I don't want any
He's in the
unstable
back.
people with a gun. What happened?
Okay.
Go into the car when you're not
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's get in the light here. No, it's so damaging what this can cause, man. Trust me, I know for a thing. Just make sure you have the flashlight on, Brother John.
How's this right here?
Yeah, good. Just make sure you shine the light on everybody, Brother
There's a
John.
big old flash.
Yeah.
Do it like this.
Okay. because I can't delete it after you see it if you want to text me. If you send me a picture, don't delete it till I see it. What are you wearing, thongs or panties? So why'd you ask her if she was wearing thongs or panties?
Perverted.
Yeah. And your wife knew you were like this, right? How long has she known you were like, how long before the first corruption charge?
That was it, pretty much.
She knew then?
Yeah.
How did you explain it to her?
She got wind of it, and I wasn't really upfront and honest with her until she read the court papers.
I believe I saw something earlier. Can you please remove the jacket?
Submission or death for all.
Thank you.
In the end, it matters not. I will see her face again.
Okay. Do you have any drugs on you? Nope. Okay, turn around, please. Turn around this way. No, other way. Sorry.
Welcome to Summoner's
Okay.
Rift.
So, I see some drug paraphernalia back here. You have a large amount of crack on you, right there.
Oh my god.
30
Okay,
seconds.
please hide the drugs. Oh my god. Okay.
Pants are soaking wet, that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I put the jacket back on?
Huh? Yeah, absolutely.
Should be.
Sorry, I was just taking a little crack at you.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, just lightening the mood, you know.
We were beautiful.
Yeah.
You want to check the coat, make sure there's nothing in it?
I believe there's nothing in it.
Alright.
Very cute,
Minions have
and you
spawned.
loved an image. And you asked, is your bra match your panties? And you asked, what time are you getting out of school? And does your job know about your corruption charge? Yeah. Okay. Did you work with them before that or after that?
After.
And they just hired you on because, okay. And then when we asked, what are you doing? You said you were playing with yourself. So you have okay, a couple times. Okay, so like you told me earlier, you did not. It's only that one time.
There's only twice position here.
Okay, and with some of the other girls, it was a few months.
No.
Twice with this one here, so who was the other one?
Back in 14.
Oh, you times during her thing too.
I didn't expect that.
Okay. Could you?
This is the one we were talking about now.
You said, look, I get this is what we talk about. I get you have so many emotions running through your head right now. Your wife, let me tell you, man, she'll probably come back. Okay, she's just.
I know where she's at now.
She's frantic right now. You have all running through your head, and the worst thing you can do right now is shell up and not tell the truth to me. You said just twice to this one, implying there's another one.
This older one.
Just older one. So I'm not asking you about older girls you talk to. I'm asking you about underage ones. So again, if I was to go through your Facebook, would I find anything I should not see? Yes or no?
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't? Okay. So in a little bit, I will ask her to see that phone then.
I don't have it on me.
Really? In the house?
You just got to wait.
She got to have the phone. How do you know she has a phone?
You just told me.
That she has her phone? So, did she say she was going to police?
No.
Did y'all hear him say, or her say she has a phone?
I couldn't understand what she said.
So the phone with it. She said, by the way, I got your phone.
Okay.
I want precious, yet I'm forced to kill.
Can I get a quick before dinner? Can I call quick? Have a good day at school. It's raining. Okay. What time are you getting up in the morning? And you said you drive a garbage truck. I'm 2 hours in front of your time. So, which company do you drive for? Yeah, it seems like a pretty trashy job you have, man.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I mean, you're a pretty hard worker. I can tell you do. I can tell you do your job 24/7. Like you even live in a dump, and I really respect the hustle and grind. I go to bed around there. So you're just like making casual conversation with these kids. It's like, you went on a road trip with your wife today. Where'd you go?
That was yesterday.
Where'd you go?
Just on the tracks on the 4-wheeler.
My dad took us on a dinner. Did you know you're talking to me? No. Cool. Did your wife know about me? You said no. Oh, it was a secret. Then you asked here, have you ever sent out any sexy pics before? Okay. So you obviously asked this to the girl in 2014, right?
No.
Really? So the article clearly states, and you clearly admitted, you tried to get pics from her.
I was just talking to her, but we didn't exchange no pics or nothing.
Okay, but you tried to get pics from her, and this is what the article states, because you wouldn't have been charged with child corruption if you weren't corrupting the child. If you were saying, hi, hello, how are you, how's school, that's not corrupting the child. However, like the article states, you asking for pics is, I don't want to get mad at you. I'm only being nice because you're being honest. You're one of the most honest ones I've found so far. And I want to keep it that way. So again, you did ask that girl in 2014 for pics as well. Yes or no?
As far as I remember, no.
No? So why'd the article state it did?
I don't know, but like I said, as far as I remember.
So why'd they get you for child corruption if you didn't do anything?
The way I was talking to her.
How were you talking to her?
Sexually.
Oh, okay, you were talking to her sexually.
Yes.
Okay, like saying what?
Isolde was my life.
I asked her how big her feet were, and I don't know if I remember if I told her or not how big I am or anything. I don't remember that part.
Okay, so it's safe to say that when you said ask how big your feet were, you were maybe like, hey, can I see? Maybe.
Not really, no.
Really? So you just asked how big her. So how come with this one you asked to see picture after picture of her?
She out of the street.
She what?
She looked street.
Okay. I won't have service till this afternoon. Where's your business?
What day was that?
I won't have cert on Tuesday.
Yes, because I work the neighborhood I'm in on Tuesday.
Okay. You said I can't wait to see a picture of you wearing a bikini. Will do. So, like you said, you've had some bikini photos sent to you from some underage kids or adults.
Okay.
And you mentioned other bikini photos. That's what bikini for. You said you never did bikini photos. Okay. So I'm gonna ask again. Who sent you the previous bikini photos? Was it? No, it wasn't her. Wasn't her. Did you ever receive photos from other males in the group, such exchanging photos of young bikinis? No?
No, not as far as I know. No.
Okay. But like I said, I never show anyone. So earlier you said, if I get it, I'd never show anyone. Here you say, you mentioned the word.
Because I'm afraid to get caught.
And then here you say, well, I don't want to get in trouble, and you don't want you in trouble either. You said true. And you said, like I said, I never show anyone, implying this happens on a semi-regular basis, and when you get it, you delete it.
That's what they send in me.
Okay. So.
But I don't save them to the phone.
No, of course not. No, saving it is 100 times worse than deleting it, okay? So I'm going to give you credit for that. So I'm going to ask you again, you've received path, but you deleted it. Yes or no?
I never received any.
Really? Okay. So how are you in old Facebook group?
I just go on a lot of groups to Facebook.
Okay, but you were active in this one.
What group was that one again?
The group with the guy from Connecticut. The little. It wasn't any of your interests, like I showed you. It was an actual group you were in.
I'm in a, like I said, I'm in a lot of groups.
The one you found her in.
I know she sent me a friend request out of the blue. I don't even know if you're doing that group or not.
Because y'all were in the same group. That's how she found you.
Okay.
Send you a friend request. I have service now. See what you would say. Just got done working.
Sorry about the smoke going out. Like.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Sorry, Smile, didn't mean to call. Can you call? Whatever. So you would just call her when your wife wasn't home?
I just called her twice.
Yeah, one of them was today. So what was it about having fun with her today that you wanted to do?
I just, what I should have done, honestly, I should have just left work and came straight home instead of.
Yeah, we can both agree you should have done that. However, with the whole phone thing, why'd you want to have fun. Did you have fun in the house with her, or was it at work?
It was my truck.
In your truck? Garbage truck?
Personal truck.
Yes, truck. Okay. So, what was the reason for attempting to have fun with her today?
Because I like to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I talk shit too. However, phone not talking. Phone is the act of having fun. So you sent a pic of yourself on the phone with her that you took today. And my question is, why'd you want to have fun with her today?
Not sure, actually.
Not sure? I mean, you were... Yes or no?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So when your first person you hit up was a 14-year-old girl. So why is a 14-year-old girl your go-to when you're...
Because today, Facebook had issues.
Right.
And the person I usually talk to, I couldn't talk to because Facebook was out having issues. I couldn't talk to them.
Really? I mean, you were spamming. So the person you usually talk to doesn't have your phone number.
No, just on Facebook.
Okay, so you expect me to believe you're closer with somebody on Facebook than that's on Facebook and has your phone number? How does that make any sense?
It don't.
Okay.
But I'm telling you the truth.
Okay. So what's the girl on Facebook's name?
Yeah, Jessica.
Jessica? Okay. Where's she from?
Shut down.
New York.
New York. Okay. How close is that to here?
What is Wraith?
Roughly an hour and a half.
How'd you meet her?
Enemy killing spree.
What group was she in?
None.
How'd you find her?
I guess going through friends suggestions, and that's where I get a lot of people. Or if I'm just saying if I'm friends with you, and there's girls, ladies on there that's smoking hot, I send them a friend request.
Okay, so if I were to go on your friends list, I should find Jessica? Yeah. Alright, let's go do that right now. Let me see the phone. You have Facebook on here?
I do. I don't.
Okay, bear with you.
Enemy double kill.
Sorry.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Sorry. Let me get Facebook on here. Or actually, I can just go to your thing on Facebook.
I will rip her from the jaws of death. Fate cannot stop me.
Yep. I'm just gonna see your name, please. You don't happen to be cousins with Tommy Fellows, right? You do look like Tommy Fellows a little bit. You're not familiar with that man?
I don't know.
Are you sure you don't know Tommy Fellows?
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
My guys have minds of their own.
Calling out.
Good as your gun.
This would be a picture of me with stand by a Trump truck.
You have a Facebook, brother John?
Turret plating will soon fall. An ally has been slain.
Stand against me. Call me villain. Die.
And if I was getting away, I come out of the house.
Okay. Why is your Facebook not coming up?
This mist has but one cure, and I will find it.
You are?
Your turret has been destroyed.
What was your phone number?
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Shut down.
Your pain is nothing compared to mine.
Unless we shut it off.
My forces scour the world.
Can you go in the house and text her to get the phone? So what's Jessica's name on Facebook?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I think that's
Team has destroyed a turret.
something like that.
Where is she?
Facebook? How old is she?
Mid-20s.
I cast myself upon this broken throne, awaiting her return.
Here, brother Jack. Let me know when the Facebook download.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then you said here, I love your tan line. You mentioned you sleep nude most of the time.
Until there is nothing
Right,
left.
I don't. I wear shorts. I get Tom not because I like to talk, like I said.
Okay.
Because I got 2 kids in the house, so.
You don't sleep with your wife?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Then you say, LOL, I bet you have. So, that would be hard. So,
But not yet.
you do have thing then, it seems like, because you mentioned the other 14-year-old.
I guess so.
Okay. So you said stuff to the extent of, I bet you have the other 14-year-old.
Not too back and forth.
Okay, so what did you say about that? You picked him up? Yeah, okay. I'm in the passenger seat of the truck today, blah, 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 blah. Then you said we could video chat. You asked what color bronze pants he was wearing. So why were you interested in the bronze pants?
Being smart.
Being smart. So you were, I mean, you sent a bunch of pictures of yourself. So I guess you were kind of intrigued. It's a little bit of a turn on, yes or no?
Not really, no. I just asked him
Okay. So when you say when you want to have phone and you admit you're turned on, is that you being smart, or is that because you're actually turned on? Can you send pics of yourself? Is that just being smart? Do you send pics to guys too?
No.
Okay. So you do send pics to who you're attracted to, yes or no?
Not really, no. I don't.
Okay. I'm not saying you send a pic to everyone you're attracted to, but do you send pics to guys?
As far as I know, no. Unless just the guy on the other end of it.
I get what you mean. So you don't pick the guy. But so when you send pics to a girl you're talking to, doesn't that leave only girls? Unless you like trans. Yeah. Okay, so only girls. So you send pics to girls you're talking to, right? Okay, and you send pics to girls.
But not to all girls.
No, I understand not to all girls. But you send, so to all girls, do you like all girls you talk to?
No.
Okay. So, who's a girl you don't like, for example?
I got over 4,000 people on my Facebook. And I don't even know.
Okay. So you don't ask people you don't like for candy and bell pics, do you?
Your turret has been destroyed.
So it's safe to say you were a little bit intrigued because you called her cute, and you said you like her tan line. So it's safe to say you were kind of intrigued by her pants, bras and panties, especially since you want to have phone with her, yes or no?
I just said that to her because she was cute and I was just being nice.
Okay.
And
So because you kind of found it cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that time, I didn't have
What do you wear to bed? Blah, blah. Then you send a picture of yourself on the job.
It hurts so much.
You also asked her to, she wanted to see a, well, you talked about a peeing video you took. So why did you not send that video, why did you not send that video to her, but you sent a multiple pic photos?
I'm not sure.
You said you have to be 18 to see a peeing video.
Killing spree.
Why does she have to be 18 to see a peeing video, but you have no problem talking sexual to her at this point?
Because back then, I felt not as easy until I started talking more than kind of easy. You know what I mean?
Right. So you kind of got more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to go try to find your Facebook one more time.
She was the star.
Okay, so
Without her, darkness.
yes, I do want to look at your Facebook one more time. Okay. 0099. You mind logging into your own Facebook? Go ahead and log in.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Dead will not rest until I am whole once more. My heart beckons.
So just here in the article, you also did ask to see photos of her and to exchange news with
I'll give it.
Shut down.
We limit how often you can post in a given amount of time to protect the community from spam. You can try again.
No, she remains
Right here.
in this world. I could
An
feel
ally has been slain.
I found a phone number.
the mist is my great ending sadness. And so it was that
Your
love
turret has been destroyed. Rampage.
She reacted to your comment 33 minutes ago. Love my family. So 33 minutes ago, she liked one of your comments.
the Shadow Isles are just like
I was talking about the vehicle.
So why is she liking one of your comments from 33 minutes ago?
Your team has destroyed a
Because
turret.
my youngest son and I and my wife went to a little small pumpkin patch, and she posted pictures, and I commented on it.
Okay, so 33 minutes ago she liked that. So this is after she left you.
Because like I said earlier today, Facebook was having issues.
Okay. She deaf? Is that her?
Nope. Sister-in-law. Most likely.
Who's that?
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Stand against me. Call me villain. Die.
How's it going?
I know what's the show.
Not when my sister shows up and I have time horizon. I'm sorry. It's not gonna cut it.
I know, I'm good.
No, it's not gonna cut it. Not when my poor sister shows up at my house with my nephew clawing her eyes out. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not cutting it. Eh?
Shut
I
down.
mean, what happened so that I can understand what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
Because my sister
Or-
is devastated.
Or would it be best if I told you myself?
At this point, I just would like to know because my sister is devastated.
Remember what happened back in 2014 that I got in trouble for?
Yeah.
Doing the same thing again. But a little bit worse. I'd rather tell you myself instead of...
Hey, this is your Facebook. I'm talking about the account that you were messaging her on. This is your main account, not the one you were messaging her on.
No, I'm talking to her about like right now what's going on.
Sure. So he's still okay. So I need you to log into the account you're messaging her on. This is your main personal account. This is not the account you're messaging her on.
That's the only account I have.
No, it's not the only account you have. You know what? I'm just gonna let's see. I'm just gonna call somebody.
Consume everything.
Please leave your message.
Do you want me to make this phone call that I'm about to make, or do you want to log into the account you're messaging me on? What do you want to do?
That's the only account I'm talking to her. The one with...
Oh,
the one with the company.
okay, that's not the account you were messaging her on. So he has a burner. He has a backup Facebook that he uses to. So where's this girl you're talking about? If it's his Facebook account.
Is there a way I can see the profile picture?
Sure.
So I know that...
Sure, where's... This is... None of these girls here... What you were talking about. So I'm going to ask you again, log into your real account that you were using.
Low battery.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's the one I talked to right there.
Okay.
And the ones I talked to, I delete them messages.
The girls you talked to, you delete the messages? The underage ones, yes or no?
And that one
Okay. So there are a few underage girls. It's not just this one and that other one. And there's multiple, yes or no?
This is the one I've been talking to today.
He mentioned there was not the only girl from 2014, not just today, there was a third one too. You did mention that, yes or no?
I don't know if I did, probably yes.
Okay. So he was messaging another underage girl, and she sent her, put the password in, and
it's 2012 Ford.
And he sent her multiple pictures and wondering about pictures in return too. Okay, so.
No, she remains in this world. I can feel it.
Yes.
Hey, so he doesn't want to cooperate and send the Facebook that he was using.
What is Facebook on?
Okay, can you link the he has two accounts, doesn't he?
No, just one.
Just one? Okay, with the Trump truck?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Trump truck. And then on that Facebook, you can ask about the girl lady. She is the one that introduced him firstly. That is part of
Yeah, yeah, like the whole
The
the
enemy's
horse thing and all
inhibitor
that.
is respawning soon.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the like also in the point you can see also the like you'll see the video like he'll open up it's the very first one that you pull up. And then he has 4,000 likes
Right.
on his pages. In there is where all of the team groups are, all of that is.
Right. Okay.
And then, do you need me to send you the fake all of the job website if you need to show him that he just sent me a pic, not even 20 minutes, like 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, no, he admitted to that. He admitted to that. Yeah, okay.
How's it going otherwise?
I'm going through his Facebook. There doesn't seem to be that many, or he seems to delete the underage kids he talks to.
He does, and that's what I told you. He deletes. He everything he says to me has been, I delete this, I delete that.
Yeah.
He deletes everything, which is why he's fine with you going through it. Because he knows that.
Yeah, absolutely. He even mentioned like a chick who did not look underage, but he even deleted that too. He deletes everything, all the he receives, all of that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I know. That's why I said, that's why I was having this discussion.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate it.
Like I said, you can see his likes on his pages. Ask him, why do you follow team groups?
Yeah.
Why are you in,
Yep. All right. Well,
All right, bye.
bye. Yeah. As long as you go through your internet history, you might find something I shouldn't see.
As far as I know, no.
I'm hungry. Can you order the fried pickles, please? Are there any good places around here?
What do you want?
Fried pickles.
You know, any place that does fried
An enemy
pickles?
has been slain.
Only
Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill.
So just order the fried pickles as you go into the car. Yeah, ma'am. He's in all these groups on Facebook. Like the reason he got found was because he was in like a group of. He admits that he is, at least by definition. He needs help, man. He needs help. Like I don't understand why you're at the church around kids. What were you saying?
I was gonna ask her if I'm around kids all the time, do I touch them or anything?
No, because we're usually standing there.
Even if they weren't.
Right, but the fact that you admit you're attracted to underage kids, and that's been going on for at least 7 years, it's troubling to be.
Sorry, Mom, I didn't get a chance.
We're done with whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think's gonna happen with your wife, man?
Well, I think she's done with me.
You think so after this time?
Yeah.
So, what's next? I mean, is your job gonna find out?
Most likely.
I mean, okay. I mean, even if you get fired, you'll always be a garbage man. So I mean.
Oh.
Do you think you're gonna talk to your kids again? I mean, do you ever think about this stuff when you like message these kids? Yeah. Is that why you delete it? Because you just maybe like after you have a clearer state of mind? Yeah. Okay. Wow. So how'd you find the first girl in Susquehanna County?
Just on Facebook.
Right. But you just
At first, I thought it was a friend of mine because it's the same name.
Yeah.
And I thought it was,
same name as you?
No. As the other girl.
Okay. But you just knew you found out she was 14 and just went along with it.
At first, I thought she was a friend of mine that I knew because they had the same name.
Right.
But after that, she blocked me.
Well, I mean, your actions do have consequences, man. That's all I got to tell you. And I know firsthand. I know, firsthand. I've been a slammer myself. You know, so.
So what are you going back to your car for?
Oh, I gotta get my phone, you know. It's just. That's for shutting the headlights. So how many days a week do you work? You work tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time for what time?
It varies the time I get done. Because it's really no 8 hours. Usually 8:30, 9.
Okay. Do you go near L&E Elementary School on your route?
Just the one my son goes to.
Okay.
That's on Wednesdays. Right? Yeah.
So your son's in elementary school? I thought he was 16 or 14.
6 and 16.
Oh, 6 and so you have a 6-year-old too.
Yep.
Okay. Does your wife do the same thing you do?
Yeah. No.
Really? Your wife's not a garbage woman?
Nope.
Really? I mean, I just saw her dump some trash today, so I mean...
Where at?
I thought I saw her dumping trash today. I'm not quite sure. Fuck. You know what? I don't know, man. I don't know. But, I don't know. I really thought she did the same thing as you. You accidentally. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So before we get into these messages here, there are a lot of very graphic messages, to say the least. Wouldn't you say so? Okay. So when did this whole attraction to underage kids start?
It never it was. It was just I was seeing how girls would react. That's all.
Okay, so like throughout the years when you would message girls, you just want to see how they would react?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not really interested in young girls.
Okay.
I just wanted to see how young girls would react because I know there's certain family members of certain kids that I know that don't care for what they do.
You're aren't you?
No.
Okay. Is that your dad then?
Who? Junior is not a sex offender.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay. So who's the registry in Amsterdam? You came from Hudson Falls, right?
No, I was born up here.
Right, but you drove from Hudson Falls, right?
No.
Where'd you drive from?
I walked.
Really? Okay. So you live... Yeah.
No, that's my father.
That's your father on the street?
Yeah, I didn't know that I know.
Okay, so where did you come from? What's your address?
I live...
Okay. So, anyway, so just throughout the years, like when you would message underage kids, you weren't like trying to hit on them. You just want to see
No. I just want to see how they would react.
Okay.
I would never do anything like that. No.
Of course.
Like that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Of course. So, for example, like the first time you messaged an underage kid, say probably like a few years ago, you were just curious to see like their social things.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I just want to get this straight here. So, you would message multiple underage kids, but just to see like their reaction, like a science experiment type thing. Okay. No, cool.
Because I wanted to, when I was younger, I wanted to become a cop. So.
Interesting.
Undercover cops like that.
No, absolutely.
Protection of families, kids, and whatnot.
Yeah, no, you definitely care about the children, and that's very apparent. Yeah, no, absolutely, for sure. So anyway, you did message first here. Hi, beautiful. What is your age limit for talking? And we say, I don't have an age limit. Or the girl says it, excuse me. Do you mind me being 32? So, you did know she was 11 years old.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And of course, you were just messaging her for a social experiment.
Yeah.
And because, with the whole thing, especially in let's just be real here, New York, the whole thing, they're locking these kids down in school, and it's just ridiculous how they don't get to do those hands-on learning science experiments. So basically your role is to basically be their teacher to teach them like about social skills, science experiments, like basically outside of school.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you say, what are you willing to talk about? And you say, can it be sexual? So I do got to ask here, because I collect data too myself. I do want to ask here, why did you say, can it be sexual to an 11-year-old girl? And mind you, this is a real girl here.
Well, you see, when I ask that question, some girls don't talk, or they just give you, they sway off the question, or they won't, or they'll give you an answer.
Cool.
Like an answer you don't want, or an answer you do want.
Okay.
So.
And I assumed an answer you did want in this case was like, yeah, you wanted to see if she would talk sexual, so that's the answer you wanted in that case.
I want to see what she would say about that. Yeah.
Okay. And, her saying yes to it's okay if it's sexual is like the ideal answer here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to see how she would react and shit. Like
Sure.
all that.
So far we can establish that you were hoping this 11-year-old would talk sexual back for the sake of experiment purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nothing really sexual for example.
Yeah, of course. So what about the other girls throughout the years you would message? How did they react?
They didn't answer back.
Well, the ones that did. How about
Well,
that?
the ones that did, went the same way, almost.
Okay, so basically, you had the same conversations with like some other underage girls in the past.
Yeah,
like
to see experiments. I take notes at my house.
Oh yeah, you have like some notes, of course. Yeah, no. You are the modern day. You are like you kind of look like Nikola Tesla too. I mean, you're very innovative. If I have to say so myself. Wow. You even live on. I mean.
No, my father.
Okay. I mean, Tesla, Edison. I mean, you really go far with this whole scientific experiment thing. So I do applaud you for that. Because I will say we do confront like a lot of, basically, people meeting underage kids. Like, and I'd say you were at least here to meet them, maybe not do anything sexual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I would never go that far.
Right. Of course. Yeah. But and I'm not saying you're going to do anything sexual, but you were here to at least just meet an 11 and 9 and a 5-year-old, just to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just got to ask this, just to be fair. So you do know then it wasn't a setup because you were just, and I'm not saying you were going to be sexual, but you were just expecting the kids to be here, right?
I was hoping to see what they would look like, and then I was going to walk.
Yeah. No. Of course.
I wouldn't really do nothing.
Yeah. But you were just here to like just not do anything bad, but just meet the 3 kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So at least give me this. At least you were expecting them to be real, but you weren't going to do anything.
No.
But you expected them to be real at least. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I like seeing real people. I don't want.
Exactly. Especially like, oh my God, you have no idea.
When you're on dating sites for older people, you meet somebody. It's not somebody that they say they are.
Exactly. I know
a person that likes to meet people.
Exactly. And especially when the kids don't have a adult in the house with them, it's good for you to go meet them because you're the adult here. You mind removing the hood? You kind of look like a methed out Assassin's Creed right now, and it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I had to have it for your son.
Oh, I feel it, dude. I feel it, man.
I didn't think it was gonna be hot.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, man. Crazy in Amsterdam, right? I know it. Absolutely. Okay. So, you did ask, can it be sexual? And, she said it was okay, and then as a scientist, you proceeded with the conversation. And as part of the scientific method, sending, like, with the other girls too, you would send pictures to see how they would react?
Oh, they weren't.
Well, pictures. Well, I do gotta say here, I'm not calling you a liar or anything, but I do gotta say they were of you because it was your face.
Well, the one was. That was the only one.
Okay.
All the other ones weren't.
As a. Well, the thing is, I'm bisexual myself, so, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah,
cool.
No.
So, I can tell when it's what. And, Michael, I gotta say, man, you gotta be at least honest with me, okay? Like, you can't just, again, I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I'm just asking you about what you did do, though. They were all the same. Were they? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So it wasn't just one of you. It was multiple of you. Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. So Michael.
Well, I only picked the one that was just one case. The other ones didn't have.
Right. But the other ones, that matched the one with your face in it. It was, and Michael, those were all you pick. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will say, as two scientists, are we going to be like at every scientific discovery, or are we going to be like Tesla and Edison? Okay. So as scientists, we have to be honest about our discoveries. So my discovery, going through the scientific method of pictures, I did notice that you're the same one. So you did send a pic multiple times to a kid you believed was real, but you were just trying to see what he was saying. Okay. So we can establish you sent your multiple times to a kid you thought was real. Okay, cool. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. So, my God, there's so many cars here.
Yes.
You shouldn't have invented the car, Tesla. You know, I blame you, man. Jesus Christ, you know. Oh, crap. I think that guy was like giving you the dirty look, man. It's like, ain't nobody bigger tweaker here but me. He had to like pick you out, you know? Right? But Jesus Christ, dude. But anyway, you ask here, do your parents see this? Do you want to? So why did you ask, do your parents see this?
Well, I always ask that because some profiles on Instagram say their parent run.
Right.
And then some don't say anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I always ask.
So you just wanted to, so I guess you just wanted, like, if you know the parents were to find out, I guess you just wanted to kind of keep it a secret from them.
No, I wanted to see if her parents seen it, because then if they would see it, I'd be like, okay.
Okay. So you just want to do, okay, so basically you just didn't want the parents seeing this basically science going on. Okay, no, that's very fair.
They want to understand.
Exactly.
They would stole your research.
Yeah, I mean, that part is you know, Edison stole his research, and you wouldn't want the parents doing that to you. I mean, as Nikola Tesla, you definitely, you know. I know. Right? Okay. And then here you say, can you please send me the picture of you in your underwear and bra fast? So why did you ask an 11-year-old who you believed was real for an underwear and bra picture?
I always ask that question to see how they would.
Oh, okay. So it's not. So this wasn't a unique case. Like
No.
you've done this before to underage girls in the past.
You see how they would react.
Oh, okay. I feel it.
So
I feel you, man. Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so I thought it was something.
Every girl has a different reaction.
Yeah, right, exactly.
No person's the same.
Exactly. So, okay, so I thought you did something. I thought you were just targeting this one. No. But you've done this to a lot of underage kids.
Well, not all the time. It's just like when I want to do my science project. I just okay, here, just pop on certain things. Here, you do that.
Okay. God, dude, these cars, man. You know, I'm telling you, man. Okay. So okay. So you've asked for bra and panty pics from just multiple underage kids, not just her then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not. I don't keep them.
Right. No, of course.
When I see them, I just delete.
So you dispose of science?
Oh, the pictures, yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So therefore, I won't get in trouble. I won't have it on there.
True. Okay. So
I see it. Get rid of it.
I mean, that's a pretty big word. So you've received from multiple girls for the research.
And then I got rid of it because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
It was just part of my science project.
Right. So you're one of those people on Instagram that asks for research purposes.
Yeah.
You are simply the latest to defy me, James.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
We're doing like a little project. We're college students here, and we're just going
What is lost is never lost.
No.
Está en la calle.
Yeah, para
Está bien. Está bien. He's talking about a drug. Todo está bien. Todo está bien. No. No, he's saying if he needs like help for drug, if he's a drug addict. No. Está bien. Sí. No, está bien.
No. Yeah. Okay, gracias. Okay. Yeah, I know. He's the weird one, right? Jesus Christ. Okay.
He thought he was a drug addict.
I know.
He probably is. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, exactly. That is my point. But okay, so you're like one of those guys on Instagram that just comments like, you know, for research purposes, you need their ads and all that. Okay. Fair enough. So let me get this straight, and I'm so glad this isn't the only one you've messaged, because then I'd feel like you're kind of bullying, targeting. But you've messaged multiple underage kids and received, which I'm not saying is bad, because you were using it for the right reasons, but you received from multiple kids, then deleted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
No, very fair, very fair. Okay. Because, dude, if you have received only her, then that would have been just a problem, because you're just targeting her. But you received from multiple. Yeah. Okay, so just clarify, just say I received. Cool. Exactly. Okay. I mean, very fair point. For sure. Okay. Then we say, I'm sorry. The kid says, my parents won't see this, and then you say, oh, okay. Do you want to see my? So then you say, would you let me see your? So what? And I'm sure that was just asking for research.
Of course, it never happened.
Yeah, for sure. So the girls that did send it to you, what did you say to them after they sent it? Because I don't think she did here.
I was shocked when they sent it. I don't think they would send it.
Right. But you just...
Someone sent me a picture, when the girl sent me a picture, I was like, wow.
Right. And it's safe to say, and I know you deleted it, of course.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, but you found it attractive in that moment, right? Just a little bit, right? Maybe a little bit. Take a picture of it, send, I'll message you in a few, and I'm doing my schoolwork, I don't want to get in trouble. And you said just one picture, I won't show any of your pictures, and you ask, wow, you're a literal crackhead. Is your small and tight and shaved?
Alright.
Okay. So, and you know, as a scientist, we do have to ask a lot of girls this. How many underage kids do you think you would like ask these questions to? The more the better, in my opinion.
I really don't remember.
Kind of lost count?
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. That's doing research, man. Then you ask, is your ass small?
Same thing.
Research. Nice, dude. Nice. Okay. So you also mentioned here you do like younger girls. It's like your thing.
No, I lied on that.
Mm-hmm. You lied on that. So
I would never like it.
Sure. And here you ask, you never had. If we, would you let me? So what? But that's kind of past the scientific method here.
I wouldn't do it anyways. I would never do anything sexual on any underage.
Yeah. But the thing is, then you sent a picture of your, which you did say was yours. You ended up saying that, right? Okay. So you sent a picture of your hard after these sexual messages. So, and look, I understand it's always cool to have fun on the job, but it's safe to say, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's safe to say some of these messages and the thought of these messages, since it was a little bit of a turn on for you, yes or no? But and I'm not saying you were going to do it, but the conversation was the turn on, yes or no?
Yeah, the conversation alone.
Okay, so this conversation with the 11-year-old, it prompted you to get a picture, or a heart, and then you sent a picture of that heart, because you were just like turned on. Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's fair. You mind just pacing us, please? Yes. Okay, so Yeah, so you got, turned on by this conversation, this scientific conversation with an 11-year-old. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, cool. We live close, right? I don't know. And you said, do you like my... So, why did you ask this 11-year-old for scientific purposes, do you like... Yeah, but...
So how they would reply.
Okay.
Yes or no, or I don't know.
Do you like... Because you mention it a lot. You mention your monstrous... And I think said, all scientists get carried away, Einstein...
I always overreact on that stuff.
So sometimes, and look, man, as scientists, it happens to all of us, okay? So sometimes you do get carried away to where you get kind of during your experiments. And sometimes with your subjects here, you do get and I'm not saying you act on them, but you do get sexual thoughts with them sometimes. Yes or no?
Sometimes I don't.
Okay. So repeat after me if it's true. You get sexual thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
With the underage kids I experiment on. Well, I'm not saying you actually experiment on them. So you get sexual thoughts sometimes during your experiments with underage. I'm not saying you actually went and had with any of these.
No.
With any of these underage kids, but you do just think about things sexual with them during your experiments when you get carried away. So with the kids sometimes, yes or no? No, but just big thoughts though.
Thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. So you have thoughts about the kids, but you don't actually act on them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. What's by the way? What do you think it is? With my experiment.
I could tell you what's on this scroll.
Well, depending on where you're about, there's different things in different countries.
Sure, of course. Well, what would you say the U.S. of A is?
The one that goes after you don't underage kids. And actually will act.
Okay. Well, what if I say, and this is just my, it's a hypothesis here. Somebody that's attracted to underage kids. Is that fair to say? Like a 5-year-old? If you're attracted to a 5-year-old and you think of her sexually, would that make you? Maybe. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
Maybe, yeah.
Like if I'm at a park at an elementary school and I'm watching a kid slide down a swing, I'm like, that's a fine ass second grader. Would that make?
Depending on who, depending on how you say it with the thought in your head and if I'm really agree.
Okay, so what if we don't spread lines? Okay, so what if, I'm just giving you hypotheticals here because you are a smart dude, extremely smart, and I'm working on it, but say hypothetically, I was talking to a second grader and I asked them, do you like, and do you want to, do you think that would make me, if I just went up to a second grader and was like, hey, do you want to touch, do you think that would make
someone would go?
Do you think that
doesn't make,
really, so what makes,
well, depending on
like,
anything sexual.
So what if you just offer to touch them?
If you offer, maybe.
Okay. So is it safe to say if you saw somebody offering to touch a second grader, do you think they? Yes or no?
I would call it personally. I think they are act.
Oh, so an act in your eyes.
In my eyes.
Okay. So, what about just hypothetically, what if, do you think sending pictures is an act? Like the act of sending?
It's an act of sending, yes, but it's not the act of doing it.
Okay. So, according to the definition of somebody that has an attraction to underage kids, okay, And you mentioned, and this is just for science, I'm not saying you did anything wrong, you mentioned you have these thoughts about them, sometimes in your experiments, not all the time. So, is it safe to say that maybe sometimes, yes or no?
No, because I won't actually do anything.
No, I'm not saying you would actually do it, but if the definition was just you have somewhat of an attraction to them, sometimes, do you think you could sometimes like just turn it on and off kind of when you, okay. So you would say you're a little bit, maybe? Okay. Anyway, here you ask, do you want to be my girlfriend?
I said all girls.
Mhm.
See how they look. I want to never date a girl.
Okay, and she says, yeah, let's date. And you said no one can know. So you wanted to keep it secret, which is fair, of course. And and then she said, I won't tell anyone, I promise. And you say, nor will I. So you kind of kept this whole experiment a secret from people. Like, does anybody know you talk to underage kids?
I do. Because no one will understand it. My friends won't understand it.
So what gave you like the innovation to go talk to all these underage kids?
I don't know. I just picked up on it when I was younger.
Like how old? Oh, okay. So you've been doing these like extensive research programs.
I don't do it every year. I do it like every now and then.
Yeah, but you've been doing these researches on and off on underage kids, like kind of for off and on for, you're 31, right?
32.
32. Off and on for like 14 years.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's very fair. Who would you say was the youngest girl you've talked to?
No. She remains in this world. I could feel
11? But you've talked to a few 13-year-olds. You talked to a few 13-year-olds you mentioned, right?
Is there another battery?
Dude,
yeah.
Talked to a few 13-year-olds you mentioned, right? Okay. And you said, do you have any boobs, and what kind of underwear do you have? What kind of underwear thongs do you have on? Say again? You said, do you have any boobs, and what kind of underwear thongs do you have? What project? So these questions they're very descriptive, and you know you did mention they turn you on. So as part of the project that you had, was part of that reason? It's like pleasurable. You wanted to get turned on a little bit. As part of the project, yes or no? Okay. So in part, these experiments are, and I'm not saying fully. I know you keep your notes and everything, which I believe, of course. So a part of the reason you do these projects is to get sexual pleasure on the side of working hard. Okay. So it's safe to say one of the reasons was sexual pleasure you wanted to carry on this conversation. One of the reasons. Okay. So I'm going to ask, she'll ask it later. And you said, what time will you be naked? And you say, what would your friends say if you told them we were going to... And you say, would you like to ride? And you say, you're not setting me up to get arrested. Where will we have? So you texted 5 times in a row here at separate times. So it's safe to say, and trust me, as a scientist, I study behavioral instincts in organisms. It's safe to say, as a scientist, at least from my research, you texting 5 times in a row, quintuple texting, it shows, I think in that moment, God, dude, how do all these people like live here? It shows in that moment you kind of got carried away from the...
Yeah.
Okay, so in this moment you got carried away from the project.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's safe to say here you were having, this was some of the sexual thoughts part.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you said, would you like to ride my... At least in this moment, that's when you were kind of getting carried away and fantasizing about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to be straight, you were fantasizing about, and just, I'm not saying this is the whole thing, but you were fantasizing about an 11-year-old riding your... In that moment.
In that moment, yeah.
Okay.
I got carried away. Yeah.
Cool. And here you ask, you're not setting me up to get arrested. So if, and I'm not doubting you, but if you're doing science, why are you talking about getting arrested?
Oh, I always ask that question.
Yeah, but why do you mention it here? Like, I mean, it seems like you kind of know some of these sexual messages and sending pics and trying to have with an 11-year-old. You kind of know that it's legal, don't you?
Illegal.
Right. Okay, so I guess for the sake of science, you do admit you're breaking the law here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, I'm not. Kay, do you have any friends that would like... Where do you want to have... Would you like to suck with my huge dick in your ass? So are you dating a 32-year-old man? So here you wanted to bring more subjects into the experiment. Mm-hmm. So it's safe to say this was like the same time you were talking about where you got carried away. So it's safe to say here it seems like when you got carried away, you were fantasizing about a few girls at this time at once. Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's establish so far, as part of your research, you kind of get carried away. You wanted to have with 3 underage kids, thinking about it at least. Yes or no? No? So why did you say yes?
You would say,
well, you said yes to me. But this moment you got carried away and were thinking about what you said, right?
Thinking about it.
Right, no, I'm not saying that. And here...
I got carried away again.
Okay, so you got carried away. So you were thinking about with those 3 kids at least. It's just thinking about it, right?
Thinking about it, but I want to.
But you wouldn't do it? No. Okay. And, you also, here, and dude, it's okay. I get horny a lot. You know, honestly. But is it safe to say when you, in this conversation, that was just you getting carried away and you were, yeah. Okay. So I guess it's safe to say you did a few times in this convo. But like I said, it's not in person, so it's okay. So yes or no? At some point during this?
Well, not during, after.
But after the conversation?
After.
Okay, so as a result of this conversation with 3 underage kids, one as young as 5, you just thought about it all in your mind, which is fine, and you yes or no? Okay, cool. So, I do gotta ask, and look, man, I know this is kind of hard to talk about because I'm a scientist from New Jersey. You know, I own 2 rental real estate properties, and I made $250,000 a year in real estate and everything, but before I went into science. But my God, man, dude, it's background noise. It's the worst, isn't it? Jeez Louise, it's the worst. Okay. So, is it safe to say that someone that fantasizes about sex with a 5-year-old could be classified by some?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it fair to say that in that instance, it was when you got carried away, just when you got carried away? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I got carried away.
Okay. So it's safe to say at some points in your life, yes or no? Some point. Okay, so please repeat.
Sometimes.
Cool. Right. So how do you flip on and flip off switch? Is it after you to underage kids? Kind of?
No.
So how do you flip it off?
Just flips off.
Mm-hmm. And here, you ask how old is your friend, and you say find out if your friend wants to get, and if so, show her the picture I sent you, and we can have a threesome. Would you let me take pictures of you naked and videotape me? So,
Carried away.
okay, fair enough. So, say theoretically you were to videotape you having them, that would just be for science. Okay. So, as part of
deleted anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair game. So if you were, so based on your research here, dude, the amount of cars. Okay, so based on your research here, and of course for research purposes, there was a chance you would have had basically sexual stuff with all 3 of them and filmed it, but for your research. Okay. So let me get this straight, because I know, and like I said, it's kind of awkward because we're just meeting each other, but I like you a lot. And do you like me? Yeah, you're cool. But yeah, no. Based on your research, so there was at least a fair chance. There was at least a fair chance you were going to come have sex with them, videotape it, but it was just for research. Yeah. Okay. So earlier you said you weren't actually going to. Where were all these cars earlier?
Bro, they were all parked.
Yeah. So earlier you said you weren't going to do anything in person with them, But I guess now we can say there's a possibility you were going to have with all three of them film it, but it was just research though. Okay.
I actually want to do it.
Okay, so
I want to take it.
But what about just filming it for research though, you guys? You know? So what were you going to do with them for research, just in person?
Oh.
Maybe just kiss?
No. Thought they were going to
Okay. But you mentioned you get hard sometimes. So, you know, say you get carried away again and you're horny. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but you're sometimes which flips on. Is there a chance you no? Why not? Why not? Okay. I'm down for whatever you want as long as you're happy, she said. Did you ask your friend where do you want to meet up and and you say you can be my daughter. What was the reason for that? I don't think that's research, to be fair.
Actually, I've always wanted a daughter.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. And here you say, do you... I know it, dude. I know it. Just relax. It's good. And here you say, do you want daddy to f*** you?
Yeah, we all watch porn and I will watch certain things.
So you have like a daddy-daughter type fetish thing? Yeah. Fair. And you did send some stepdaughter picture too, right? And stepdaughter. So, you mentioned petite daughter. I guess it's like a fetish kind of. And you mentioned these were like, at least in this case, this was like kind of, right?
No, these are actually off of certain websites.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. These girls in there are at least 18.
Okay. Video?
Yeah.
Okay. Petite teen daughter. So, okay, so it's safe to say you have like a daddy-daughter fetish. And this was another time you got carried away.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were at least fantasizing about, you know, the 11-year-old being your little girl and, you know, a little bit there, right? Just a little bit?
No. Maybe.
Yes or no?
No.
No?
No. I always just...
but you said that's the time you got carried.
I got carried away, but I would never...
But yeah, but you were just thinking about it, not
thinking about it. Whatever.
Okay, so fantasizing about it, but not actually going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What is a fantasy, by the way?
Something you want to do.
Mm-hmm. And you just said you fantasized about doing this, and that means you want to do it. And you're here right now.
I want to, but I want.
Okay, you want to, and you're here right now. So if you have a chance to carry out the fantasy which you had today, well, I'm just saying hypothetically, you were right here where they said they were going to be, right? And your fantasy was very close to being carried out today.
Yeah, I want to go out that way.
Right. But you already walked all the way over here. Mm-hmm. Right?
I walked, yeah.
You came to the exact apartments they said they were at. Earlier you asked, is the 9-year-old and the 5-year-old there, right? You did, right? Okay. In that moment, were you carried away too?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were carried away even this morning, right?
Yeah. I was just waking up.
Morning wood. So you were carried away even this morning, right? So it's safe to say this morning, you were turned on. This morning. Okay. Cool. And here we ask, what's the youngest girl you've been with? And you say 13.
No.
Really?
Yeah. No.
We asked, what did you guys do together?
Lie again.
Okay.
What a liar.
So if you're telling me that you're a liar.
No, I lied on that part.
Okay. So who's to say that you didn't lie on the part where you say you're not going to come here and do anything?
I won't do anything.
Okay. And I should believe a liar?
I would not.
I should believe a liar?
I would not do anything with a young girl.
Okay.
Never have, never will.
Okay. Anyway, if this 13-year-old was real, where'd you meet her? Okay. Cool. Okay, so you've met some girls on Instagram, right? That's where you've like done your. So these girls on Instagram, have any of them been local to your area with you? No, just you. Okay. Have you met any girls on Facebook?
I don't use Facebook.
Okay. So you haven't met any girls on there? And here you say, it's okay if we had a daughter. So you wanted to... You
got carried away.
Got carried away.
Yeah.
So you got carried away here and you thought about having a daughter. You thought about having a daughter with this 11-year-old. And you said when the daughter gets older, you will tell her that she is only going... So it's fair to say you do have this fantasy and these thoughts about an underage girl getting her pregnant and her having a daughter, and that daughter only... Well, you said you got carried away here.
I got carried away. It's part of the project.
When you get, but you said when you get carried away, it's not part of the project. That's when
some of it, not all of it.
Okay, so you said you got carried away here. So she is only going to me. So it seems like this is just something you think about, but not actually do.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have these thoughts in your head, and throughout this whole conversation, it seems like you got carried away quite a bit. Wouldn't you say so? I mean, you think she's beautiful, this 11-year-old. I mean, it's okay to think she's beautiful, right? I mean, do you send pictures to girls you don't think are pretty? Not really, right?
I send it to anybody you don't want to see.
So guys too?
No.
Okay, so just girls. Okay. So, you also, you told her to call you daddy, which she did. And you asked her, do you want to be married? And you say, what year?
Carried away.
More carried away?
Yeah.
Okay. So it seems like...
I was just in the moment at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Mike, it seems like in all of these moments, you're getting carried away a lot here, man. It's fair to say.
Yeah.
And
I've been drinking when I was doing this project.
Okay, but this was over the course of a few
I've
weeks.
been drinking, so.
Okay.
I drink a lot when I'm down at my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I do. When I get carried away.
Oh, okay.
That's what makes me get carried away.
Okay. Okay. So it seems like you did zero scientific research and was just getting carried away.
Well, no, I started doing scientific in the beginning, and then it started getting carried away because of drinking.
Okay. Okay. So, God, you're drunk, aren't you?
No.
What did you have to drink this morning?
I didn't have nothing to drink.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I just woke up this morning and.
No, you had something to drink this morning, didn't you? Oh, okay.
All I had was a cigarette this morning.
But you said that turned on this morning a little bit.
I was turned on because I woke up.
And you said you got carried away this morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't drink this time.
Right. So you got carried away without the drinking, huh? Okay. So
I didn't have any alcohol.
Oh, okay. So it's not only the drinking that gets you carried away.
Sometimes I get carried away
without the drink. Okay.
Sometimes it gets worse when I'm on.
Oh, okay. So sometimes you get carried away when you're sober too.
Sometimes.
Okay. So I don't think. So it's fair to say in some of these you were sober when you got carried away, right? Okay. All right. All right. So you had a clear state of mind when you were getting carried away on this research. Yes or no? So with a clear state of mind, you thought about just thinking, nothing you do. You thought about with a clear state of mind during the research. You were thinking about having with an 11, a 9, and a 5-year-old at any sometimes. So it's safe to say you had a clear mind when you did some of this?
Some of it.
Okay. Not all. Cool. Okay. So Michael, the non-hungover one, the one that's completely there, sometimes thought about 3 kids, just thought about it during this whole thing, right? Somewhat. Okay. Because they all kind of turned you on a little bit, right? Yeah, big, you said big. Seemed pretty turned on to me. Right? Just a little bit, right? A little bit. Okay, so they got you a little bit turned. Okay. Okay, and oh my God, there's a bee. And you say, good, will she? And we say, or she said, yes, she will. You want me to ask her? And she said, and you said, yes, she won't tell. So you wanted to keep it a secret with her too, right? For your research.
Yeah.
Okay. God, you remind me of, you know, there's just so many just big names you're with, like Galileo, Da Vinci, Tesla, Edison. I mean, you know, you're one of those people that when you die, people will understand the full extent of your research. I mean, right now, do you think people would say, for example, the cops, or do you work, by the way?
No.
Okay. Say, for example, the cops or a potential job or anybody on the street, they would see these messages. Do you think they would probably misunderstand you?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think anybody, as in 99% of people, would call you for these messages?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the cops would come arrest you for these messages?
Maybe.
Well, you said you don't want to get arrested. And the first thing you said here was you knew it was a setup. So, which in the end you admitted you knew they were real. They are real. You said you knew it was a setup. So, you know, there was in the back of your mind, you were like, this could be cops, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think there's anybody with any power to arrest you or ruin you that would think you're not by these?
There's a lot.
That would think you're not?
No, I think I would.
Okay. So is this a good look for you?
No.
Okay. Oh my God.
So I ain't in trouble.
But you're just doing research.
I'm just asking you.
I'm just asking you.